Servicemen and women fight to protect our country, and government leaders are responsible for giving those veterans the care they have earned and deserve.
But that may not be the case at a local veterans home. Fox 10 News is investigating claims of substandard care at a Baldwin County assisted living facility.
The W.F. Green State Veterans Home in Bay Minette is under investigation by the Department of Justice due to dozens of complaints from residents and their families. Fox 10 News reporter Hubert Tate investigates for us tonight from Baldwin County.
Hollis Thorne served in the Navy during the 1940s, then became a Baptist minister. After his retirement, Thorne was stricken with diabetes.
It grieved me beyond all measure to have to even consider putting him in a nursing home.
In 2005, Betty Thorne realized she could not take care of her husband. A friend told her about the William F. Green home in Bay Minette.
I thought, well, maybe that's the answer to our problem.
She would soon feel quite differently.
When we took him over there, he had absolutely no sore places on his body.
The nurses required Thorne to make a list of the medical services her husband would need. Thorne says she did so, paying close attention to a diabetic's diet. A few days later, she realized something was not right when she had lunch with her husband.
They'd give him apple juice, they'd give him tropical drink, and all things that a diabetic should not have.
Thorne also says her husband's feet were not elevated as doctors had ordered.
The bottoms of both heels were black. The flesh had died where they had not kept his heels floated.
Thorne says her husband's condition continued to deteriorate. He was rushed to a hospital because of back pain. The doctor on duty determined Hollis had a large bed sore.
It was 8.5 inches in diameter, 5.5 inches deep, and had tunneled on both sides. It had gone to the bone.
After 3 days in the hospital, Hollis Thorne died.
Had I had an experienced eye, I would have recognized that my husband was dying.
Betty Thorne's story is one of many claims of improper patient care at W.F. Green. The U.S. Department of Justice identified 40 patients who were allegedly not getting the proper care here. The DOJ report identified patients by initials only because of privacy laws. The report states that patient L.M. died in May 2007. Days before his death, L.M. told staff members he had fallen twice. An investigation wasn't launched for 5 days. On May 5th, patient L.M. was found on the floor near his bed, quote, unresponsive, pale, and clammy. He was rushed to a hospital but died in the ambulance. A DOJ consultant said that the bruising on his body appeared to be the result of slow internal bleeding.
He had fallen several times in the facility prior to the fall that caused his death.
Montgomery attorney Jerry Beasley says patient L.M. is his client, Army veteran Leroy Myers. Though the DOJ would neither confirm nor deny this, details in the report match the facts in the pending lawsuit filed by Beasley, including the dates he was there and the cause of death.
We had done a very, very thorough investigation. We were confident that this was a case that should be filed, and we are hoping that it will have a good effect on this facility.
Since 2004, the facility has been operated by Health Management Resources out of South Carolina. The home in Bay Minette is one of 3 in Alabama run by the company. The Baldwin County site has seen its fair share of problems. In 2005 and 2007, 2 former directors resigned amidst allegations of wrongdoing.
HMR's contract ended this year, so they had to reapply to get the contract again. As it turns out, HMR won the contract as the only company to bid. Leaders at the Veterans Affairs Office said they have full confidence in HMR.
We want to again thank you for the opportunity that you've given HMR to continue to serve and give care to the veterans of the state of Alabama. The past 5 years has been a great challenge, but I think the veterans in our homes have received very good care. And we look forward to moving forward and doing that over the next 5 years. The commitment that I made to you 5 years ago continues to stand today.
Fox 10 News arranged an interview with HMR leader Bill Biggs to respond to this report. He agreed, then said no, because his attorneys advised him not to speak with us. Veterans Affairs Commissioner Clyde Marsh did agree to speak with us on camera. His signature appears on the contract.
Was there any apprehension with awarding this contract, considering the DOJ's report and what's happening right now?
None whatsoever. Those are unrelated issues.
Is none of what they found true, or is all of the report inaccurate?
I would say that the report the findings was inconsistent with what we know to be the daily operations and service that's provided. We're in the homes every day. We know we provide good services, and some of the things that was in the report was contradictory or not consistent, and we pointed those out.
And so you are 100% confident in HMR and providing services to veterans in South Alabama?
Yes.
But Commissioner Marsh would not respond to what families say happened at the home.
We certainly don't plan or want to get into discussions on the details until we get this worked out with DOJ. What I will tell you is that we've got dedicated folks that break their back every day and go to the nth degree to take care of our veterans. And if we find something that needs to be improved, we'll improve it. If there is something that needs to be corrected, we will correct it.
And the families we talked to say they hope the DOJ report and this story will bring change.
For whatever good it may do, I hope that this interview will help to keep someone else from having to go through the agony and the frustration that my family had to go through with the way my husband was treated.
Persons who have paid the price to serve in the military, especially in combat situations, and we just can't tolerate this sort of thing.
The Myers case is going to trial later this year. Thorne says she is considering filing a suit, but has not committed. Meanwhile, the DOJ is still investigating the abuse claims. Now, the contract HMR has will last through the next 5 years, worth $25 million. Governor Bob Riley signed the final documents. His office did release this statement saying the contract did pass the Legislative Review Committee, and therefore the governor was comfortable with signing the document. I'm Hubert Tate for Fox 10 News.